We just mentioned Band in Boston, which is an annual one-night-only show full of musical numbers, skits, videos, many of which some might deem on the risque or inappropriate side. And in addition to Sam Kennedy, this year's show features political heavy hitters like members of Congress, Katherine Clark, Jim McGovern, Aerosmith's Tom Hamilton, and of course, crowd favorites, WGBH's Jared Bowen, and this woman.
One of the best tennis players in the city, Emily Rooney!
This is Professor Alan Turing.
President Roosevelt, hello.
As we said a minute ago, Band in Boston benefits the group Urban Improv. It's a nonprofit that uses improvisational workshops to teach violence prevention, conflict resolution, other social and life skills to kids in Massachusetts. And this year they've picked two new hosts, yours truly, and my Boston Public Radio co-host, Margery Eagan. So to get us prepared, hi Margery. Hello. So to get us prepared, we've invited the host for the last couple of years. That'd be KISS 108's Matty Siegel. Hello, Matt, how are you?
Hello, Jim.
Nice to see you. But before we get to your tips, that's why you're here, by the way, you know that. Let's take a look back at how he did last year.
We are going to leave you with such an uplifting song that you are going to go out on the street and say to your neighbors, God, there wasn't one person who was sang it correctly. But other than that, is that real? Wow, that's a tush right there. All right, you ready? Is this a sing-along? Can they sing? Did I forget somebody else to introduce?
So Margery and I studied all the tapes from the last couple of years. Here's our conclusion.
That was not.
Just wait a second. Just
rehearsal.
Just like the rumors are that your show
was not the actual.
Yes, it was. Your show starts at 6 o'clock and you get there at 6:15 every morning.
Yes.
We think the key from your is to be absolutely unprepared to do it. Is that a safe assumption?
Well, first of all,
yes.
I would like to make a sports analogy, if I may.
Oh, please, that'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Are you familiar with Pablo Sandoval?
Yes, he's the rather corpulent third baseman.
And are you familiar with Travis Shaw?
Yes, he replaced him.
Travis Shaw is the man who replaced Pablo Sandoval.
Please.
Okay. Pablo Sandoval, of course, is uncomfortable being on the bench, having been replaced.
Sure.
Travis Shaw does not go up to Pablo Sandoval and ask to borrow his glove. Do you understand what I'm saying, Browdy? You, who went behind my back to take the host position from me, now invites me onto your show to help you.
Yeah, but there's another parallel. He makes $80 million a year, hello, and we make nothing. What?
I did not know this. I did not know that
Yes,
he went behind
my
his
back
to get us.
I wouldn't say I went behind his back. I did lobby for the position, and you're doing something tomorrow, whatever it is, but you're just not the host.
I'm Pablo. I'm a bench warmer.
Okay,
you know, because I'm tall, Matt stand in the back.
Fine.
He's upset about this, you know.
So he's upset
Before
about
we came out here, he was telling me that he was very upset about this.
Very upset.
That you thought you did something very sneaky behind his back.
It wasn't sneaky. It was, in any case, let's get over it. Now, do you have any tips? We're told you came prepared, despite your anger, with some tips for me and Margery for tomorrow night.
I can't. I can't tell you. Well, I can. I mean, I should. Because it's obviously you saw the clip.
I saw the clip.
Okay. That was an intoxicated person.
Yeah.
I don't recommend that. Obviously.
Okay.
I'm a professional.
So that's the first tip.
Well, it's a bar, and you're in a bar, and you wait backstage, and they have, you know,
drinks.
Yeah.
And people are drinking before the show.
I don't know if people were drinking.
You had a
But you were drinking.
I was drinking.
Okay, so that's
well,
tip
I see
number
that
one.
video and I'm embarrassed that I actually did that in a public forum.
Yeah, I can understand that. Now that's tip number one. What is tip number two exactly?
Well, it's a lovely charity. Are you familiar with the charity?
Yes, I am.
As part of hosting last year, I went with Urban Improv and watched one of their sessions. Did you do that, Jim?
I'm about to do that. Yes, I am. Did you do that, Margery?
Well, no, because they were on the we were on the air at the same time that they ran between like 10 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon.
We did a Greater Bostonian, which I'm sure you watch every week on my show about them, actually. So
okay. So you had from a safe distance.
How'd you like that feature on my show, by the way? Did
that
you enjoy
feature
it?
was spectacular.
It was one of your favorites?
Excuse me, may I say something here?
Sure.
You invited me to come on the show.
Oh, God, I'm
so I
sorry.
just want to say a couple things.
Sure. You don't get a word in with him on your radio show or your television show or
I never
anything?
do. I never do. Well, you know,
Go
my
ahead.
standard joke is that I have to, it's like being an air traffic controller. I have to stand out the tarmac and wave my arms in the studio and say, Jim, Jim, can I say something similar to what I had to do now? Can I say something, Jim, and then I get permission?
Why don't you tell a story about how your daughter called you one day when she's listening to the show and she said, I thought you had a radio show. Well, I do have a radio show. Well, why didn't I hear you? Because Jim didn't shut up. Tell that story too. Go ahead.
It's true. It's true. I thought I was going to tell that in a later date,
Fine,
maybe
go
at
ahead.
Band in Boston tomorrow. Well, it's true that my
What do you
daughter
wanna ask
did.
him?
Well, I wanted to say that when you and I used to do a show that started at 6 o'clock in the morning, we would get there at about 4 o'clock in the morning. Your show starts at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And what time do you get there, please?
6-ish.
6-ish? I heard it was like 6:30.
Okay.
Gets up at 5:45. And
I've
just
been doing it a
drives-
really long time. The key is that your staff gets in at 4 in the morning.
It is key to stack gets in at 4
The
o'clock.
staff
I think
gets in
that's
at
very
4.
good.
There's
So
nothing
this
for
has
me
been
to
really
do.
helpful so far. Let's continue for a second. Is it a tough crowd? Because historically,
It's a GBH.
business
It's
leaders,
not my crowd. It's your crowd.
Business leaders are not that funny for the most part.
No.
Politicians never funny.
Well, they have a script.
They do.
They don't write it.
They read
just
it.
read, yeah.
Yeah.
So how's the audience is what I'm asking there.
The audience is, what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, what is it?
Not constipated. That's not the right word.
Have they been drinking as well? Are the audience members imbibing all
Well, a lot
during
of,
the show?
cooking sherry and that kind of
Really?
thing.
Because that could make it go over
It's
better.
an
if
older crowd.
The audience is sauced.
So I don't let you talk. Do you have any other questions for Matty? Because he's been really helpful in this preparation.
No, the
thing.
audience
Yeah.
is great. The charity is spectacular.
It is spectacular.
Really?
They do wonderful things. It's a great night. You know, and in all seriousness, you have all these sort of serious people making complete fools out of themselves, and
Yeah.
they're really good sports, and
Like
it's for charity.
politicians and everything else.
Yeah, it's politicians and business leaders and a lot of folks who don't do a lot of funny stuff, and they're given a script, and the script is very funny, and everybody has a really good time. And you guys have a certain responsibility as a fundraiser. I mean, there's
a host, yeah.
part of the show where you solicit money.
I don't want people to, at the end of the show, to think that you were serious. You don't harbor any resentment
Yes, he
at all
does.
towards me
Oh,
for
yes, he does.
having done what I did.
You've
do
hurt
you?
his feelings, he told me.
Well, no. No, I don't, Jim.
You don't.
No. And when you said, can I have the knife back, that was a really low blow.
But can I tell you, in all fairness,
Usually they just leave it in my back, and I at least has a red badge of honor. But
Since
you
we're
actually
being
want
honest,
a knife. It's
your
fine.
shadow is like looming over us tomorrow night, like it does every. You want to see what the news? Here's me in the newsroom at WGBH. Look what I have to look at every day. You see what this is right here? This is me sitting at my desk, and this is the crap I have to deal with.
We're outside the
It's not
window.
That is
funny.
my billboard.
That
yes.
is your
Yes,
buzz, Matty.
undermines our confidence.
Okay, so we're set. We're okay.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is I love Marjorie. You
Yeah,
know that.
and?
so I will be incredibly supportive.
Thank you.
And I'm
Thank you.
in the cast.
You are.
I'm in the cast, and I will be there early.
Great.
To walk you, and I'll be standing there if you should be
Exactly.
be overcome with the
Thank you.
vapors or
You know what?
something.
Matt Siegel's what?
I was on his radio show one
And?
time many years
Many
ago.
times.
He let me talk
That's
every
great.
time.
I don't like that kind of
Every time.
radio. Marjorie Egan, see you tomorrow.
I will see you tomorrow.
Morning and tomorrow night.
Yes,
see
you
you tomorrow
will.
night. We love you,
Bye,
Matt
Jim.
Siegel.
Thank you.